Welcome to our video lesson on writing algebraic expressions. You need the foldable we made in class. You need to have it out because that's where you're going to take your notes for today. The first operation we're going to talk about is the plus one. So open the plus section of your foldable, and we're going to start by writing this algebraic expression, this one here, on the inside of your foldable, m plus 45. Okay. Now we need to think of all the different ways we could write this in words. We have m plus 45. Well, one of them is the way I'm saying it right now. The first one, a number n, oh, that's really big. A number n plus 45. Okay, the next one. You could say the sum of a number m and 45, because plus, the answer to an addition problem is known as the sum. So the sum of a number m and 45. Okay, another way. This way is the hardest way. If we said 45 more than a number m, that would mean m plus 45. This is tricky. Here, let me write it first and then we'll look at why. 45 more than a number m. Okay, this one's tricky because, oh, sorry, this should be more than. This is tricky because our more than, this part here, is in the middle, but 45 goes first and m goes second because it's saying 45 more than a number m. So when we're writing it, we'd have to switch the order. So more than is one of those tricky ones you need to watch out for. Now on the top part of our foldable, the triangle, we're going to write all the different words that could tell us about addition. So one of them is plus. When you hear plus, you think addition. So we're going to write, oh, sorry. We're going to write plus. What else could we think of? Added to. Also more than. Increased by. Some. And the last one is in all. Okay, this is going to help you when you're trying to do some problems. You'll be able to refer back to it to get any help you need with figuring out which words means plus or sum. Okay, let's look at minus or subtraction expressions. So our expression we're looking at is p minus 6. Well, the first way to write it is the way I just said it. A number p minus 6. Another way we could say it, the difference of, because remember difference, sorry, I'm having a hard time with my pen, 1 second. Difference of a number p and 6. Now remember, difference means the answer to a subtraction problem. Okay, here's the tricky one. Just like in the addition one, there was a tricky one. The tricky one is 6 less than p. Another one we could say is p decreased by 6. Now, let's look back at the third one here. 6 less than p. This is just like the addition one. When we have less than, we need to put what we're going to be decreasing it by, or taking less than by, first. So this is 6 less than p. Now up at the top, we're going to write all of our different words for subtraction. So the first one is minus. Then we have difference. Decreased by, and less than. All those words, when you see them, you're going to think subtraction. There's a few more. We're going to do fewer than, and the last one, take away. So whenever you see any of those words or phrases, you're going to think subtraction. Okay, let's look at the next one. Let's look at times. So our expression here is 4k. Now remember, when there's no symbol there, no operation sign, because we're no longer using the x for multiplication, and the dot we'll use sometimes, but if there's no symbol there, it means times. So this means 4 times k. So our first way we could write this would be 4 times a number k. The next way, the answer to a multiplication problem is product. So the product of 4 and a number k. You know what? That's kind of it for multiplication, which is pretty nice. So our words for multiplication are times, product, multiplied by, because you can say multiplied by 2, and that's all for now. So times, there's only a few different words you're looking for. Okay, the last one is divided by, so with division. The first, we're looking at z divided by 25. There's 2 different ways to write this expression. You can write it this way, where you're using the division symbol, or it means the same thing as if you write it this way as a fraction. This means z divided by 25. So these two mean the same thing, they're just 2 different ways to write them. How we can write this in words, this is a number z divided by 25. Another way to say it, the answer to a division problem is the quotient. So you could say the quotient of z and 25. And that's it. So division is another nice one. So the key terms for division are divided by, quotient. You could also say, instead of divided by, you could say divided into, would work too. And make sure I have my eyes here. And that's it for division. So this foldable, now that you've completed it, is going to be your best friend while we're trying to write algebraic expressions. So let's look at some of these. We need to go from the word phrase to the expression. Well, the first one says the sum of v and 3. My word that's going to help me is sum. Sum, I know, means addition. So that must mean v plus, I'm having a hard time with my pen today. This would be v plus 3. Okay, then it says a number m plus 45. Again, the word plus means addition. So that would be m plus 45. A number b decreased by 18. So we'll start with b minus 18 because it's decreased by, and I know that means subtraction. Okay, here's a harder one coming up. We have 5 less than p. Remember, when you have these less than or more ones, more than, those are the tricky ones. So that means that we start with p and we take 5 less of it. So whenever you see those less than ones, be careful because they're tricky. So this means p minus 5. Then it says 4 times a number k. I think we've seen this one before. 4 times the number k is 4k. And remember, I don't need to write a sign here. You do not want to write 4 times k because you are going to get confused with multiplication and the variable x. So do not write it this way. You need to write it like this. 4k. So then it says the quotient of, quotient is the key term for division. So this is the quotient of x and 7. So that means x divided by 7. Now remember, you can write this 2 ways. You can write it as x over 7 or x divided by 7. Either works. Okay, the next one, we have 7 more than n. Okay, warning, this is a more than. We have to be really careful with those. So that means n plus 7 more, because we have 7 more than n. So it'll be n plus 7. Okay, 3 more. The difference of, so difference of means subtraction. So we have the difference of n and 7. So that would be 7 minus, sorry, n minus 7, because we're finding the difference of them. The next one is product. The product of 7 and n. Well, product means times. Except for I'm not going to use the x. I'm going to use a little dot for that. So we have 7 and n. So you could write this as 7 and n. 7n. The last one, a number z divided by 25. So divided by means division. So that means I would have z divided by 25. Or you can write it as z over 25. They mean the same thing. Okay, that's how we go from word phrases to expressions. Now you're going to do a little bit of practice on your own. If you need any help, if you have any questions, please let me know. I'm here to help you. That's all for now. I'll talk to you later.